Daddy's bringing out his store-bought cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so I love that aspect of it. But, you know,
all good for me.
I need to be building something, and I want to be doing something with my hands. And
You are. You're making cookies and bread, and
yeah, but I am a mover. I want to be building, and not only that, I want to be able to have a table that is dedicated to cooking and not hey there, and not have, no offense, but not have all the YouTube stuff up. You know, like I can't wait to get the YouTube studio done so that I can have a kitchen table back. So I'm ready to build. I'm ready for the weather to break.
Yes.
I think we're ready for the weather to break, but you know, if it would just be 50s every day, that would be
I just want to go feed my chickens without my hand sticking to the metal gate because it's frozen.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's all I ask for. I don't even.
I just want some snow.
Want some snow. You hush your mouth there, Josh. Don't be wishing snow on anybody.
Hi, Josh.
I'm just wishing snow on myself.
So, yeah, I was watching you, Josh, on your you're hard on stuff.
I'll tell you what.
He's tied us all grown up.
Yeah, that's right. I've used that mall, I don't know how many times, and then the second I try to make a video out of it, bam, the handle breaks.
Yep. That's what they're good for. I had one of those, but it had a piece of pipe welded in the head.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you hit a piece of hedge firewood to split it.
Oh, yeah.
It rattled all the fillings out of your mouth.
You better have some good gloves on.
Yeah.
I got me a real good one now.
Can I
you do
stop you for a minute?
Yep.
I want to say something. I'm really, really happy to have gotten to know y'all through this. Well, I'll blame it on Johnny and Christine. And I'm up to 88 subscribers. And actually, since I've been on here tonight with y'all, somebody else subscribed. It came up on my phone.
Nice.
Like 989.
That's amazing. Let's
So
get
989. All Case Farms is
over
at
the 1K.
989, guys.
Yes.
I was just thank y'all for cluing people in to subscribe to my channel. I got a lot of faithful watchers.
That's awesome.
Thank
So
you.
yeah,
That's what it's about.
I found your channel through the Withams.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
We
do
scared
you
them
know the Withams much?
Only because I watched their videos and have responded to some of their videos because they use Baylor I do, and they're getting to where they're hard to find parts for, and I've got some parts ones, but those people have never been to my place and never bought any of my Baylor parts.
Yeah.
But they subscribe to my channel.
Well, they had great things to say about you when we met them.
Yeah, they said, you know, Paul Case Farms, he's in Oklahoma. He's in northeastern Oklahoma. And I said, well, let me check it out. So, you know, I checked it out, and here you are, and I'm glad you found the community. And I was hoping that I could
Johnny shouted you out, and then I was like, well, let me go check him out because Johnny recommended it, so I subbed to you too. So
I love about our community.
So I'm thinking, you know, I was like, well, we're having this meetup this year. You know, it's between not only us, it's JB Conway, Oak, White Rock,
pretty much everybody.
Lisa and Dale at 9 Acre, Ginger, Tony.
It's
you know,
just pretty much everybody.
Everybody's kind of getting together on this stuff. Josh Sherman, all these folks are getting together to make this a thing.
That pecan coffee sounds good.
And so it would be. What?
I said that pecan coffee sounds good. I'm sorry.
Pecan coffee. Anyway, so
thank you, Peaceful Des. I didn't see you in here, Des.
So I was thinking it'd be pretty cool if we could get hold of Withams and get them to come down. You know?
The only way I have to communicate with them is through the comments on some of their videos, but I'll mention it to them next time I comment on one of their videos.
Somebody said you better look again at your thing.
Yeah, you better look, dude.
It's went up. 2 people
Hey,
since
Yeah.
that.
You better
I
look
have,
again.
I have 3 or 4 in my chat that just said they went and subbed, and they said you're 2 away from 1K.
But I'm showing he's at 998 right now. 999.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Let me see.
Balloons up, people.
Balloons.
It's a party.
Oh, dang it.
Why did I do that? No, wait.
If I
Just hit 1K.
Yeah.
only-
Okay.
to make things happen.
999.
Awesome.
Now, I'm going to tell all you guys that just stopped in there and joined, make sure when we're done here, you go
1K.
take the video, watch it, and comment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do it again tomorrow so it stays.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, there's Bobblehead.
And
Hey,
that's
what's
Bobblehead.
going on,
Hey,
Jeff?
overhead.
with barbecue.
So this-
Oh, wow.
That is
He
so
says he's
awesome.
999.
Paul, that's awesome.
how do you get enough view time? That's my thing. I think when I looked, and is that in a year? It's got to be
It's 1 year.
Yeah, it's 1 year. You got to have to get to where you can do AdSense, which is on the ads that they put on your channel. That's going to be 4,000 watch hours. And how do we get enough? Put out a lot of content. A lot of content.
A lot of content, and also
And
this
live.
right here will help you go live.
Yeah,
on
do
your
live.
channel.
See, you
That's what I'm
can,
here for.
Yep.
Oh, thank
I
you.
think I was like 2,800 hours or something like that
Oh,
already.
you were
That's
didn't have
good.
to
Ain't bad.
That's a real good start. That's way
But
more
I-
than I've got.
I- Putting up a couple trying to do a couple videos a week, but man, in the summertime it's difficult because I'm not a video maker. I'm a farmer. You know?
go live
Wait a minute.
while you're
Wait a
doing
minute.
it on the tractor. Go live while you're on the tractor.
There you go.
Just make sure you don't look like a minor.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Look at my face and they'll probably think I should be retired.
With her on the tractor that she put out. Junior?
I'm doing 5 videos to have ready for when I start. So Wanda Henry is doing 5
That's
videos,
good,
so
Wanda.
she's
I
got
wish
them
I would have
stacked
done
up
that.
in a row, so she can just put one out.
That's very
and
good.
that's really good because if you have them
Hi,
in the
Teresa.
bank,
Yeah.
and then you just keep doing them forward, you always have
Hi,
content
Kim
put out.
Burris. Good to
And
see
the
you.
way I would do that, I mean, I don't, Wanda, if you're just starting off, I would don't put them out 5 days in a row.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
post the same time once a week
Yep,
for 5 weeks in a row. You're going to gain traction.
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because the algorithm works off of this video drops at this time from this channel every day, or
Right.
this certain day.
Oh, thanks, James Hall. James Hall said he would sub again. I think he's talking about my channel. I don't know. Maybe you're talking about Paul Case. I don't know. But everybody up in here and everybody in the chat, great channels, like to support each other. But
Yeah.
like Dale said, my brother said, go in there, watch a video, comment. And here's my thing too, is I always think go in there and see if you like the content and stuff. Because I think that's important too. And then you can subscribe or however, but we appreciate y'all. Shorts will help get your name out. I've been doing a lot of shorts lately, just from old content that we
Hey.
have.
Hey Jeff,
Yep.
Bobblehead. I met you
Hey,
at
Jeff.
Mid America last year.
Yeah.
I actually, some people have said, "Hey, come over here and take a picture with Bobblehead." And I've got this photo of you and me and 2 or 3 other people.
Cool.
And I have to apologize, sir, but at the time I had no idea who you were.
Well, we didn't
Whenever-
know.
whenever
we
they
didn't
were
even know
having
who
me,
we were.
they go, "You got to take a picture with Bobblehead," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." I think you were going by like Groovy Chickens or something.
Yeah,
at
he
the
was.
time.
Groovy eggs.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's really tall, isn't he? Because when I met Johnny at Pinecone Fest, I was like, dang,
Oh, boy.
wow, dude, I didn't realize you were that tall.
I know everybody thought Johnny was like short and really wide because Lisa
Johnny?
says and he goes, "You're not as wide and you're a lot taller than I
I
thought."
said I keep my GoPro on that wide angle
And I don't
to
like
get
it.
the whole view of
Yeah.
all the area around.
And I don't. I'm like, don't put that on me. Ugh.
And that makes sense because you can get more of the scenery.
Yeah.
Said LOL. Sometimes I have no idea who I am. I've
Hey,
been watching y'all's
I am right there
videos
too.
about the house, the little house
yeah,
that you guys
cool.
are putting in, and all the electric work,
Electric
and
stuff,
all
yeah.
that stuff. But
Oh,
anyway,
Honeyman, you are so funny.
what Paul say this
Just
time?
be careful. You never know.
Yeah.
Tracy
Poor
Jones always says, I watched Bobblehead before he was.
Bye, Melton.
Bye, Milton.
That's funny, Paul.
Hi,
You're
Melton.
funny.
Hi, Regina. Is it?
Bye, Milton.
How do you pronounce Regina's last name? Gacho?
Regina Gacho.
Gotcha.
Wanda Henry. I'm doing cooking, baking,
that was
gardening,
coming in
renovation,
from
travel,
another-
pee, and living. So Wanda, Wanda, that's good. That sounds like being a caregiver living with dementia. Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
that would be
travel
good.
PEI and living with
That was
dementia.
nice.
That'd be a
Cooking,
good
baking.
one.
That'd be great, Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
Good night,
Bowen,
Bowen.
have a good night.
Hi, Bowen.
Hi, Bowen.
Hi, Bowen.
Bowen. Oh, bye, Debbie.
Debbie Drock.
My name.
Bed.
Debbie Drock. I'm
Oh,
off to bed.
thank
My
you,
name is
Debbie.
pronounced Debbie Drock.
Oh, yeah. I meant to say, I know, Christine, you'd asked about that earlier, and
Yes.
I was going to correct you, and I don't know, shiny things came around. So,
Right. I'm
Shiny
sure it
things.
was my mouth just. But thank you. It's nice to meet you, Debbie.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in.
I seen her in our Monday night digging in with the sisters.
Digging in the word.
Digging in the word with 4 sisters on Monday
And I
night.
think I've seen her in Crafting Chat too. Not this past week because that was when I had internet.
I'm gonna
issues.
say I didn't see someone.
That's two.
We didn't even
Two
see
weeks in a row.
you in crafting
No.
chat.
No, you didn't.
That's 2 weeks in a row for you, isn't it?
No.
No,
Yeah.
I had it the week before. It was 2 week. It was 2 weeks prior to that I had the heating problem, or with when the gas men were moving the main
Oh,
thing.
okay. That was 2 weeks. Wow, time just flies because
I know
just
it
seemed
does,
like
doesn't
that just
That
happened.
happened during the first cold snap because when they said they were about to shut it down and take me out of service
Yeah.
because of something that they couldn't find, and I was like, "You can't do that. Tomorrow night's gonna be like 21. Are you kidding me right now?" And he was like, "Well, we'll have to start." And then we got it figured out. So we found there was a leak somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I
And
heard.
they found it. So he did not take me out of service. So I was like, "Oh, praise God," because 21 would not have been fun with no heat.
Ooh,
There's
no.
the big Italian. There's McKay.
Hi, the big Italian.
The big Italian. Hello.
Have y'all
Yep,
know
howdy, Tony.
musical cups?
Paul. She's pooping, Paul. What?
Musical cup.
Angie, what are you talking about?
What?
I can't wait to meet Angie. Me and her are gonna. She's pooping, Paul.
the best part is, I don't think she commented on ours, so Tara won't even see it.
Oh. You
And she
know,
talking about the
leave it to
cow.
a nurse. Leave it to a nurse.
Too much.
I got it now.
You get it now?
I get it now. It took me a minute.
Scotty, you need to put some more out.
Calm.
Scotty,
honey,
Scotty,
that's
you need to put some more
Carmen
videos
Lewis.
out.
Need to put what?
Scotty Too Hottie, he's put out a few videos and he said he's trying to get Nerve up to put out some more, and he does need to put out some
You
more.
need to get
You're a
after
good
it.
channel supporter, and you'd get
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
All out for you.
Yeah, him and his wife both
Him
won
and
on
Karen.
our
Great.
2K giveaway.
Mhm.
They sure did.
Yeah,
They were
they
the big winners.
They were
They
big
were
winners.
big
Yeah.
winners on that deal.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I couldn't believe it. We had like we had
Rachel went back to get some. I'm sorry.
what?
No.
Rachel.
Rachel back to get. I'm sorry.
Rachel just said you were in pressure washer mode.
You're killing me, Petey. You're killing me.
That's one thing. You don't ever get up and leave the room.
Big booty Judy starts yelling at me.
Maybe Dale. Dale, who would test
Oh
the
my
temperature
gosh.
of water? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I'm not doing it.
You're gonna stick your hand up better wash your hand good after that. That water's been.
Why are you gonna? Why do you have
What
it
are y'all
down?
talking
Why
about?
did that go down?
What?
There was like this over your head a while ago. It looked like that. Did y'all see it?
No.
There's been a couple times that I couldn't catch what hand movement you did that it did a thumbs down.
Yeah, I was doing.
It's probably her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do two
Your
rolls.
hands are too young for this. You gotta have.
That's just not funny anymore.
No, but this is. Look at this. Look, there's no thumb there. It just
I
doesn't-
seen it. The thumbs down.
Oh,
So
goodness.
Sheila Tubbs seen
Thank
it.
you, Sheila. I didn't mean to do it. I don't know what. That just. Poor Tara. She's about to.
I'm
break
thinking it
out.
moves closer
Yeah,
to
I'm almost done.
I should practice typing sentences. Italian says. So
Complete sentences are highly overrated.
Words are hard.
Words are hard, okay?
Yeah, they are.
But I got us some snacks if we need them to
we
help
got
us.
we got snacks,
help
guys.
us with our smart.
I want the green one.
You want the green one? That's good because I get purple. I get green. Oh, you know what? We gotta after.
Snack.
Hey, after. Hey. That's why Tara bakes for him. Keep him out of the crayons.
Tara's looking worn.
I know, bless her heart. Well, she's had a long day.
Guys, I am. I've been up forever, and I'm poopered. I'm pooper scoopered.
Oh, Flash Ministry write poetry too.
So Jason wants the red ones. Do you like the red ones, Jason?
The cherry, is that cherry flavored or is that cinnamon?
I don't. Well, so everyone goes with the red because that's the only emoji that comes up as an option, like when you're throwing it up as emoji. I personally prefer the blue ones, but
Blueberry? Would that be considered blueberry, Jason?
they taste whatever you want them to taste like. It's fun to chew on them.
Oh, I didn't know that. They make
And
it
they
like
do
the
say-
boss, so I'm just
Yeah, Paul had put it on there, and the stigma with Marines is like, oh, it's always the green ones, because
Oh.
when you're in, it's like, hey, everybody bleeds green because everybody's the same.
Yeah.
But I'm a weirdo. I like the blue ones.
That's our Jason. Be the rebel.
Tonight, Amy's going to watch us on TV.
Okay.
Amy, you could have popped in if you wanted to.
All right, bye, Amy.
Adventures.
Hey, Dan, how's it going?
His name is Dan, right? Is it Dan? Well, Danimals. Hello. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, it's Dan.
Hi, Danimal.
Josh, I like that video you put out this morning.
Yeah, wasn't that a funny one?
I'm
Yeah.
actually-
That was good. I was laughing hard.
Good night, Teresa.
Good night, Teresa.
Xander says, pass the yellow.
Troy says Marines are jonesing now.
Yeah.
Tamer's still hanging out with us, too. I love all those
Tamer's
coffee
hanging out
grinders.
over in our channel.
Need to find one of them coffee grinders. I think that's so cool that she finds those into
Must
one.
be the internet.
Hey, Ashley Brady. I'm gonna have to, or is it Brody? Brady.
So,
We're taking our shopping.
so what's everybody got going on? Like, I know it was, we had Saturday today. So what's everybody got? Who all is going to be in the ice storm? Let's just put it that way.
Anna.
It's coming.
Hopefully not us.
They
I
say
don't-
yeah.
Hi.
When's it
We
supposed to
are.
hit you?
Hey, Pamela.
Thanks.
So
Critter,
Paul,
Critter,
Yeah.
you said it was going to warm
Hey,
up.
Living life, loving.
That's what they're predicting here, that it's going to
Gonna
warm,
stay.
having a wind remix overnight, but it's going to warm up and their chances of rain don't go down. So if we get any ice here, there's a good chance it will all melt away in the rain. Hopefully. Yay.
It's just calling all for rain up here, and like
if we have
temperatures
ice,
in the 50s or 60s. So
Well, what's the rate? What's the temperature Sunday night though? It's gonna be 20. It's gonna be like 26 here.
no, it's not here.
Yeah, Yeah, it's gonna be cold like that here also.
Yeah, for us it is too.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 26 and it's supposed to be freezing rain.
Y'all
Yeah.
are going to be 26 Sunday night,
Yes.
and I'm going to be 13.
Yeah.
No.
38.
26 for us is
Yeah.
26 for us is super warm, Ginger. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, compared to what it has been.
Greater
Yeah.
for a
So,
week.
Building with
House.
Keith said they're getting freezing rain. They're over in Arkansas. Are they in your
Yeah, they're close to us.
Yeah, they're like 20 minutes
Yeah.
from us.
Ooh.
I hope not, because I got some bread that I baked them today. I'm going to be taking over. So yeah.
You're bringing me bread? Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
we were
Yeah,
supposed to,
well, Mickey had given me some local honey, and I've been wanting to do a different bread recipe that didn't take bread flour, so I
Yeah.
all purpose is clearly more, cheaper. So, but yeah, so I baked 3 loaves of bread of that today with the honey bread, and so I'm gonna take her over some tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
He's excited. He said, bread.
It's good too. It is good. It turned out
Rachel, 56 degrees there, sitting outside checking out the stars. Man, I only wish it was 56 degrees.
yeah.
well, yeah, my mom, I was talking to her on the phone and she was talking about how cold it was. And I told her, I said, Mom, it's winter. She goes,
She can still say it's cold.
and I'm like, and she goes, well, I want it to be warm. I said, well, we go through this, it's winter.
Every year,
Yeah,
about the same time.
I mean,
Hi guys, I can't stay awake. I'm going to bed.
she's going to up
Love
the stairs.
Love you. Thanks for being
Love
on.
you guys.
Sarah.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, Tara.
Night.
I've got to show you guys this picture. real quick.
Uh-oh.
So
She's
I
going to
found-
dig something
I
out
found
here.
this picture.
You guys may remember me
because
talking about
Johnny's
this.
talked about this. But you remember how he talked about how his brother gave him that motorcycle or whatever, and it was in the living room?
So let me hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to do something. Okay. Now. Okay. So this picture is from whenever I was younger. My brother bought me a motorcycle, and I told you guys that they had it in the living room whenever I woke up on Christmas morning.
Oh,
They
wow.
was in front of the tree, and that's me sitting on it whenever I was a kid. And
I just found that today.
so Christine found this picture, and we had talked about it on one of the lives or something, and I brought it up and that's the reason why we just were talking about
Also, in this book that his mom made for him, has a picture of his girlfriend from high school.
it. Right. Of course.
That's his mama.
So we had called winter for a reason, building what Keith said.
Mhm.
Exactly. Called winter for a reason. And but anyway, we had that and
Faith,
I want
AKA
to
Grumpy.
show this one. Dale, Dale and Jason will probably like.
Should you show that though? Wait a minute. Oh, are you gonna talk about that? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't rip it out of there.
I'm not going
Okay.
to.
But we're not. It sure weren't the days, Johnny.
So you guys were talking about first cars. Remember when you were talking about first cars, Ginger?
Thursday night.
Okay, here we go. First car. Right here's my very first car I ever had.
You guys and your pictures of your cars. I don't
Oh,
have.
wow.
Nice.
Those
Yes.
are the same racing stripes that was on my Chevy Chevette, only they look a whole lot better on your car than they do.
Didn't Jesse say he had a racing stripes on his Chevy Chevette too? That he always says I had a Chevy Chevette that had racing stripes.
So when
That is Jesse's every time, yeah.
So when you guys are always talking about, the first car, and I always say, yeah, I had a 66 Mustang. That was my old 66 Mustang that I used to have.
Was that a Hertz one?
That was yes, that's a GT 350H.
I'm surprised it's not King Apple Red.
Josh
So,
is not going to bed. I'm glad you're not going to bed, Josh.
Yeah, the Hertz.
Me too.
That used to be the Hertz rent-a-car deal.
Yep.
Oh, that's back in the day when they used to like you could rent the car and the guys would do something to it and race it, drag race it.
Yep.
And then get
Yes, those guys. And little known thing is, people would rent that car. They would pull the carpet up, weld a roll bar in it, a 4-point roll bar, and go to road races in the car. They would do the road race track, and then they would cut the 4-point bar out of it, grind it back down, lay the carpet back down, and turn it back in, after they got done renting it.
Wow.
Right. So
I had a 67 289 HP 4-speed with a 391. Well, I think it's gear. I can't remember. It's been so long. Locker.
I want to hear about Josh's puffy hat.
It's warm. It's really warm when it's cold out. It's the hat I got on.
I was.
Yeah,
I
I know.
was
That's
thinking
what everybody
that too.
says. That's what everybody calls me. They're like, hey.
Thank you, Paul.
When it's really cold, I put the sides down on it.
Oh, my hands are itchy again.
That's black and gold. The stripes were gold on it, Wanda.
Hey, Huga. Huga. Who said Huga? Huga. Okay.
Is that car you were talking about? Is that one you have now, or is that one you had your first one?
First one.
The one in the picture.
No, Tony was talking about having one.
Oh, he's got a.
That's one. That's my first one. I have a 73 convertible Q code convertible right now. That's in the garage. One of only, I think it's 167. I had a martyrs report pulled on it. It's sitting in the garage right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got to build a garage.
Just so you know, I got a 1050 1981 John Deere tractor with a loader. Oh, I just wanted to be part of this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
got
what's mine, Dale? It's a TMZ.
TYM. It's a tiny
TYM. Sorry, TMZ. That's the TV show. Duh.
TYM ain't a bad tractor.
And no, it's you know what? That little booger has done its job.
The worst part of them is finding a dealership for them.
Yeah.
Hey, there's one real close to town here. Well, it's about 40 minutes away, but we had a 90 horsepower, and we also had I think it was like a 40 or 50 horsepower one. But they were pretty good tractors. I mean, they were, for what they are, they weren't bad.
Yeah, they can.
For us,
it's
like 4.5, 5 hours to a dealership.
Oh wow.
That would probably be what it is for us, because wherever I can't remember where my dad got it, but the dealership shut down like 2.5 years
Pecan
ago.
Homestead's in here. Hello.
Hey, there's old Pecan. I think they're coming to Ten Killer.
Yeah.
Dakota, are you coming?
Huh?
I asked Dakota if he was coming.
Yeah, I think they are. I think at least one day.
So Paul Case said my first was a 78 3/4-ton Chevy that had a blown motor. I had to put a motor in it before I could drive.
1980
Had a blown motor.
Cool. Hatchback rather.
My family is cheap. That's why.
Hey, old Pecan, if you want to, I think the link is still up in the chat if you want to pop in.
My first car was a 1974 Buick Monarch that was 2-door, and it was one of those not real long, but it wasn't really very short, and it had the real heavy doors like Ginger always talks about. And so finally, when the driver's door finally came off the hinge, where I kept lifting it and shoving it, well, I finally had to start crawling around on the passenger side, and this is back when I was in high school. And then the floorboard or the trunk did not have a floor in it, and then I guess someone had taken a pew to it a couple of times, and I paid $200 for it. And I drove it for 2 years and sold it for $50 after the transmission went out.
Somebody up room the other day was saying he was going to, because of the things that are happening in the world, he was saying before everybody has to go electric, he was going to buy a new gas truck.
I do too, Wanda Henry.
And I
don't
said,
think you'll have a problem.
I said, you're thinking wrong, Scott. You're thinking wrong on this deal. Buy an old gas truck.
Buy the oldest gas truck you can find.
Buy the oldest gas truck you can find. Buy
With
something
no
that
computer.
doesn't have a computer on it anywhere.
Carburetor.
You got a carburetor on
Carburetor.
it. Shit, bring the
Absolutely.
driver to tap on it.
Absolutely. Well, have y'all seen all the charging stations in Chicago? They're all froze up.
Yeah, that's funny.
Someone leave it.
Night, Karen. Hey, did you see Bobbleheads asking a question?
Now where?
He wants to know the 10 killer day.
Oh.
Bobblehead, the 10 killer meetup is August 26th, 27th, and 28th.
August? It's in August?
It's April.
It's in April.
Who?
It's
Did
in
I
April.
not say April?
No, you said August.
Oh,
He was making sure we were paying attention.
And I have
Yeah. Knock, knock.
Yes, hope you can make it. And if you have any questions, what's the meetup?
It's 10 killer 10 killer YT meetup at gmail.com.
It's almost time for me to pop this.
10 killer YT meetup at gmail. So it's April 26th, 27th, 28th.
Jeff said he doesn't want me to come.
yeah, I do.
Jason had that look on his face. What's that look for, Jason?
Tara was outside, but then she come in and said Sasquatch was out back.
Here we go.
Sasquatch is out there. You know, we couldn't get her to go out there and look for tracks whenever you guys had snow.
No.
Couldn't get her to do it. You know, prove this deal. You know, couldn't get her to
Don't
go.
leave, Jen. Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Anything it's gonna prove, you can't.
Leave my sister alone.
Probably,
I always have the girl.
there's animals, babe. We live in the woods.
Yeah.
Leave her alone.
Oh man,
No,
Bigfoot's out
Living
there.
Life
You're right,
Long is
Jason.
telling you to put that up on your page.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
so
know if you saw that or not.
Hey Jeff, do you have any of those squatches over there where you're at?
It's something. Josh, I have the YouTube meetup, the 10 killer YouTube meetup stuff on my community page on my channel, Mrs. Christine.
Okay.
They want to look out there. I'm not trying to get somebody else. Yeah, but just if you want to, because it's not just
She wants to drive that traffic.
Hey Scotty the Hottie, we see you here.
Pop what? Christine, we all dare you to pop it. What are you talking about? Oh, this.
Oh.
No, this is like we did a pickup at Wally World, and they gave us a whole bunch of free stuff and it looked like a bunch of sugar. But this is a V8 energy. It's a V8 energy drink with orange.
I'll be back. Hold on.
Ooh, this looks dangerous.
Uh-oh. He's gotta go chase down Sasquatch real quick.
Chase down the Sasquatch.
Hope he's
I'll leave her alone.
I mean,
This has 0 sugars, but 12 carbs.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. I'm 4 hours away from White Rock. I wasn't. We're talking about this house.
Yeah, he's talking about
me.
Ooh,
Sean
Sean
says-
Cutlass.
We had a 74 Cutlass Supreme.
Nice,
Nice.
Sean. Look at you
Arkansas
go.
That's what his name
Hey,
is.
speaking of that, where's that book at?
Oh,
You had a 74 Cutlass?
70, yeah,
Yep,
74.
Cool.
Yeah, because you're about to show us
His
something.
microscope was a
Because-
sunbird.
Because like my
Good night, Karma.
my second or third car,
Johnny's had like 600 cars.
I've had a lot. So
And a Paul honeymoon road.
so let's see here. I don't know if you can see it, but see that car on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one right there.
Well, I think
That's
they
a
knew
70
that was not a
That was a 76 Cutlass.
But the cooler car
Next
is
to my Trans Am.
Aw.
So anyway, let me get out of that.
Wouldn't that have been about the same? Wouldn't that have been the same body style as another one?
Kill.
A 74 and a 76.
Not sure. I think the 74 was just a little bit rounder around the rear quarter, around the very end. Huh? What? What?
Did she catch him?
Even the neighbor came out.
Oh
What do
gosh.
you all have over there?
It's something. It's something big. It's a dog.
Nice
What was
guy.
it?
I heard the neighbors talking to her, so I don't know what they're drinking over there, but everybody was saying what she
No,
got.
they heard it too.
Oh my gosh.
I believe you, Tara.
Thank you, Christine.
You're welcome.
No, it was really super loud because I walked around and it was like it was 2-footers. It wasn't like 4-footers.
Is that your phone?
I get you.
And it started getting louder and louder and louder, and it walked over here in between the two properties. And then lo and behold, the neighbor even heard it, and he'd come out to the edge of his property and he was flashing a light, and then it took off running that way. Yeah.
Is that your
Sound like?
is that your phone right there in your hand?
Yeah, it is.
Did you record it and you get the sound on record?
No, but I will. It's challenge accepted.
Hey,
I prepared for.
hey, yeah, and
Heather believes
and
you
the
too,
next
Tara.
time it snows, Tara.
Yeah.
Get some
Next
prints
time
out of the
it
snow.
Go out there.
I'm gonna go out tomorrow.
It'll
And
leave
I'm gonna
tracks.
look.
I assure you, if it's running around, it's going to leave tracks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for sure.
I assure you, man. I tell you what, Mickey did the perfect deal for you guys.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I know it is. It's adorable.
The only thing he got wrong with that deal was you guys laying in a hammock. Because I don't ever see you guys doing stuff like that. I see you guys working all the time.
Yeah.
I know it's adorable.
It gives us something to dream about when we see it. Though we're like, oh, there's a time that we'll relax.
No,
Probably be a coffin and not a hammock, but
Hey, even the relaxing stuff that they do over there is still work, like going kayaking. It's still work.
man, I want to kayak.
It's kind of like pheasant hunting or snagging.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear how excited Dale was when you said that? Yeah. Yeah,
heard it.
that.
Hey, I will tell you right now that we had people say, "Man, I wish I could." I was like, if you can't walk on like flat level ground, you don't want to go pheasant.
You don't want to go do what we're doing.
You don't want to be there. I was like, man, at the end of the day, you can barely move at the end of the day.
Oh boy, it goes. You had one job with that phone in your hand. One job.
every time she hears it, she has her phone in her hand because she'll be outside and she never records nothing.
I'm sure if I hear something that I thought was Bigfoot, she can't see me, can she? I would. She knows I love her. I loved her. I saw her.
Here, she just went up the stairs.
If she thinks there's Bigfoot, that would be the last thing I would want to do is grab my phone because I'd be thinking, how do I get away from this? Okay,
No, if I thought there was Bigfoot and nobody believed me, my first thought, the second I thought I heard a little crack, my phone would be on record and you'd be hearing whatever I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'll leave her alone.
I'm going to go
Old
snag a
Ron's
spoon.
talking about going snagging spoonbill when we go to the meetup.
Yep.
Well,
That'd be
you want to
fun.
talk about work while you're relaxing? That is it.
So yeah, we got a couple of really good places
Hi,
to snag
Josh.
over in this country. One of them is at Fort Gibson, down below Fort Gibson Dam, and the other one is at up by Locust Grove.
Are they coming?
That's Old Pecan's coming.
I gotta go get
Hey,
my-
Josh.
Southern Roots Alaskan Branches. Woo, I'm back. Cold ride. Hope everyone is doing well.
Did you have
he
anything
was out riding
in
his
the
snow
line?
machine
Doing good.
up in Alaska. It's not a snowmobile, guys. It's a snow machine. They said that Alaskans will laugh at you if you call it a snowmobile.
Yeah.
You're in South Dakota too, so just so you know.
When,
Just so
when I
you
was
know,
in
they do
Colorado,
in
we called
South
them
Dakota,
bikes. They were snow bikes.
too. So there's Scott again.
Mm-hmm.
So he's editing a video coming out in the morning.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
That's awesome.
Weber's Fall, yeah, Weber Falls is the traditional place. I've not had good luck at Fort Gibson. Well, I have.
I know, like Katie's Kitchen's talking about those sleds. I'm going to tell you, in Kansas, every year, come the very first snow, you can look on Marketplace, and there'll be all these snow machines for sale for not very much, because they've been sitting in people's garages for like 10 years and have never been used, and they think some sucker's going to go, hey, let's go buy us a sled. And then by the time they get it, all the snow's gone.
Yeah.
Well, it even got that bad up in like, we lived in the southern part of Michigan, and a lot of the guys that I knew, like when I was a kid, you could have a snowmobile and ride it all winter long because the snow came, it stayed all winter. But now it comes, it thaws, or you don't get a lot. And most of the guys I knew, they were getting rid of them because you'd have to go 4 or 5 hours to like into the UP just to ride them. And even then, like I think it wasn't until just a couple weeks ago they finally even got snow up there in the northern part of Michigan.
Wow.
But my brother's got like almost 2 feet right now, so I've been laughing at him.
So when I moved up to South Dakota, I didn't see it when I lived on the reservation, but when I moved up to Aberdeen for a little over a year, the first winter there, I was living in a townhouse that was
Off
right
the wall. I'm answering a question.
Okay. Lived in a townhouse that was right next to this park where it had like a bike ride and, you know, a trail and stuff. All of a sudden I'm there and I hear something. I'm like, what is that noise? And I see this snow, machine flying through this park right next to the townhouse. And that was the first time I've ever seen, it was shocking. I was like, I'm not in Oklahoma anymore for sure.
Good night, Paul.
Who's leaving?
Paul.
Bye, Paul.
Night,
Paul.
Thanks for keeping us entertained. You don't have to be in timeout anymore.
After Christine told you to put yourself in timeout.
Good night, Paul.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Whew.
Cool. Always.
Music cold. You got a sock hat on.
Yeah, I'd be melting down.
Actually, I'm really glad I'm wearing it right now.
Next, you'll be calling it a pantyhose hat.
So,
Hi, Rebecca.
Opicon, there's a system for the wall. It's walk and snag. It's basically walk and snag. And what you do is you just get in line. One person throws, and they're going down the wall snagging all the way down. The next person comes behind them, does it. They walk off the end. They get back in line, come back around, do that all, and that's the way you snag at Fort Gibson. So it's not just standing in one spot and snagging. It's moving
And when
the
I
whole
was there
time.
with you a couple of times, it was hopping.
Yeah.
Hopping.
Yeah, and
You
I've
could even
I've had a bunch of fish there,
Yeah.
a lot.
But what is fun is bow fishing.
I tell you what, Locust Grove up north of, up above Locust Grove is even better.
That's Bavinal? That's Bavinal?
Hey, Sean.
No, it's what's that? It's that dam right there by
I didn't know there's a dam up that
yeah,
way.
there's a dam up by Locust Grove.
Living life loving. I grew up in Detroit, 56 to 77, never had shortage of snow. I bet. Hi, Michelle. I'm ready to hit the pillow. Oh.
Yeah.
Night, Michelle.
She popped in on ours, her and Tara chat all the time, but I told her she just missed her. And
Hi, James.
No, she looked like that. I woke her up though. That Sasquatch thing kind of woke her up for a minute.
Yeah, it did look like it kind of brought her.
it had her jumping in and out of the door because she was like, "Wait, I hear it! Oh, it's coming in at me!"
Gave
And
her
then
Good night, James.
they're like, "Hello, hello," and
Hi, James.
the neighbor guys, because I don't know if y'all remember, but we had somebody give us some chickens that don't live far from here. Well, come to find out, that guy, our neighbor, is his mom. So
wow, small world.
yeah,
Cool.
and we've only ever been over there one time when we were trying to see if the one dog that tried to get our chickens was theirs. And, you know, just we're busy over here. We never get to go talk to any of our neighbors. We probably should, but.
Here, hello, Square County Homestead.
Square County Homestead, welcome.
Welcome.
Well, guys, I'm
Now
gonna
there's a link. I think there's still a link at the top of the pinned at the top of the chat, and there's a couple of spots open if anybody wants to pop in.
Yeah, it's
There's some of them are in my chat. I think I can pin that link in my chat. I'm not real sure. I'm gonna try it.
Oh, I think I'll jump in there as Mrs. Gillenfarm so I can chat. Start teasing.
Oh, you can chat.
I'm getting cranky.
Go take your phone and go to the end of the table and do it.
No.
Good night.
I'm teasing. I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna go hit the bed as well because it is kicking on 11:30 here.
All
So
right.
Night, Wilma Franks.
I actually have
Good night.
more things I gotta do before I can go to
Night.
bed. So
Okay.
Good night, Ginger. We'll
and
talk to you later.
Be
Bye
safe.
bye.
Talk to you tomorrow. Bye, Paul. Congrats,
Peace out,
Paul.
girls.
You see what Angie's calling?
Yes, I don't know where you're at.
Where's Des?
Oh, she said you can post it somehow in the chat here in StreamYard, and then it should send a.
Well, I can put it in our chat, but I don't know where. Does everybody see our chat?
No,
See,
but
I can only pin it in YouTube. I think though.
yes.
You got it pinned in our channel.
Yeah, I've got it pinned in.
But if the chat's long enough, you can't get to it. Is what?
Yeah.
Oh, mine's staying at the top.
They are just staying at the top.
Yeah, but I did it in YouTube.
Okay.
So it's right there. What's
Hey,
wrong?
Jason, Angie was asking, does your neighbor have big feet?
Neighbor have big feet.
I don't think so. But evidently they were out there because the kid we know that we got the chickens from, he was over there. So he was talking back and forth because he heard her holler hello. So he must have been over there visiting.
Hey, looky here.
Wait a minute.
Um,
Chilling with the guilty. Des, you see us. Des, you see us. Des, yes.
You see
Okay,
us.
thank you, love. Josh, you see it. Hey, Des.
How about the pony?
Hi, Josh.
Hi,
Hey, Josh.
It is.
Look at that. There's my son.
Josh, is that-
Josh down there.
Hey, Josh.
Yes,
Hey,
Josh.
Hey, do y'all know when you know it's a good night?
What's
When
that?
y'all get blessed with two Joshes.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, let's be honest. We got one Josh and we got one Spanky.
Okay, well, dang it, you got me.
Hi, Des.
Hi.
Hey, Des. So how y'all
Hello.
doing? Oh, Josh, I think Josh's got his ears lowered.
A while back.
Yeah,
You've
well,
been watching his videos.
Got a
haven't you?
haircut.
Oh yeah,
So
I
what's
did.
in Alaska?
Looking snazzy.
Hair does not make that big a difference in the cold. I don't
It
care
does down here.
It does not
Huh?
make a difference.
It does down here. My face don't get near as cold as I think it would.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Well,
my legs aren't as cold as they are usually.
It's not November no more.
I'm looking ahead. I'm looking ahead.
Oh, God.
it ain't-
I'm just listening.
I saw that neck turn.
I'm just listening. I was trying to get. I just got off the snow machine a little bit ago, and I was like, I had time. I was like, hey, I'll jump in because I haven't been. I don't know if I've been on the chilling with the Gillums. Chilling
It's
with the
been a
Gillums.
while. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Did you have any luck on the string?
You like that, Rachel?
No, I didn't. Well, I got a piece. Actually, I got them in here. I got to get them out. It's on the back of my snow machine. I got it in the garage now because we're getting into. We got a cold front coming in. It's gonna get about 30 below, but he's ice. I don't know if you can see him. Where's my camera at?
Frozen.
Oh, look
It's
at
literally
that.
frozen.
Oh wow.
He's only got
Wow.
a face a mother could love. That's one of them bourbon. If you ever watch
I'm going to
bourbon,
ask you, that's kind of like the Alaskan catfish.
it is. Thank God for this, because otherwise I'd be more unhappy. I'm not unhappy, but I love this fish. I got to have catfish, and this is the closest thing we got. Thank the Lord.
Hey,
Amen.
amen.
I wish we had catfish. All of y'all do. It ain't fair.
We do.
Yeah. We're trying to raise some.
We're trying to raise.
Trying to.
Trying to.
We'll see.
I
what
thought
happens.
about it, but the law Fish and Game would not be very happy with me.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Freshly
But-
frozen. Yeah.
But yeah, it's real windy today, like real bad. We got a cold front coming in. That's where the temperature's gonna plummet. So it's just
What's the
Man,
temperature
forehead.
there right now?
So
forehead numb. What's that?
What's your temperature there right now?
It's only like, I mean, I say only. I mean, for us, it's only like actuals like 7 below, but the wind I think is like it's like gotta be close to 20 below what it feels like.
I
But
see you posting today just a little while ago on that.
yeah, it was 20 below this morning. Then it warmed up to like 7 or 4 below, but then the wind came in, so that made it
Not Wanda.
feel a lot worse than what it was. Amos won, and but now we got a cold front coming in with the wind blowing it in from the north, and then it's going to be like high 20s and 30 below, which I'd rather have that than the wind. The wind just makes it 10 times worse anywhere. I don't care where you live. You know, when it's cold and then the wind blows, it just insult to injury.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insult to injury.
7 below. The cold front's already there.
No. This is.
Oh,
I
you
said,
mean
I'm not.
seven below?
I told Mr. Johnny on the phone, I was like, I'm not trying to do like, Alaska flex, like, oh, I'm in Alaska and we're colder than you. I'm not like that. I'm
He
from
was telling-
Alabama, so I feel for everybody. I'm from the South originally. But
I love
for
it.
here, it's supposed to be 7, 10, 15 below. That's what we're supposed to be.
It's winter though. It's winter here. I mean, it's got to be cold.
I don't mind it being cold, but I want snow.
Oh,
Exactly. Thank you, Josh.
what is
I
it?
can,
Headed
if
out,
I
Paul?
can share,
My battery's going dead.
Oh
I'll
no.
call later.
Oh, Paul.
All right, Paul.
Hey, they get look, Paul. I'm gonna show you something. All
Listen,
right, you
Josh,
ready?
Yep.
Yeah, he's here all night, folks. He's here all night.
Mine
Oh,
has,
Josh actually has one. Wow, Josh has one. Maybe he's just tired of you. Or
Well, you can get them to little plug into like a wall outlet. It don't have to plug into your truck.
Okay.
yeah,
oh man, yeah.
those two. And
Mine's fitting to die.
I'm about to work.
Aha.
All right.
My
Hi,
phone.
Paul.
We'll talk to you later,
Thanks
Paul.
for being in
Good,
here.
Paul.
Thanks for coming,
Night,
Paul.
Good night, Paul.
Night, Paul.
Out of here, Dave.
Good night.
Take care. Congratulations on your 1,000.
Yes.
Do that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Night, Joe boy.
Fancy.
Good night. Good
I'll
night.
be right back. Hold on.
Good night. Jason's like, I'm out of here.
Sorry
Speaking
to
of
hear
that,
that.
I gotta grab my charger because I'm fitting to.
Yeah, because we'll start talking about you if you don't have your charger.
Right. Well, I'm in the garage, like I say.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the
Thank you,
garage.
Brenda.
It's just all right because my wife's truck's in here and she's got a charger, and then I always got my battery. I have to
Right.
keep this in my jacket in
Yep.
case the battery dies on the snow machine. So that's the way I got it. I can jump
Yep.
I can jump it if I need it, but it also doubles as a cell phone charger. I just got to get a cord.
And
Yep.
yeah.
So, does the cold zap the charge out of those pretty fast?
Bad, real
Yeah.
bad. Well, as long as if it can crank up and then you can run it and then it'll kind of help charge the battery. It's all right. But if you got to let it sit for an amount of time, the battery will freeze solid. I've had them like the batteries will expand, like
Oh,
they'll
wow.
puff up like a Coke
Oh,
can,
wow.
and then them are gone. If they're pretty much like that,
They're
you can
done.
fit it.
They're done then.
They're
Mhm.
done. But like with like I'm not the Norville knowledge on stuff, but you got 2-stroke like an outboard or 4-wheeler or anything, and you got 4-stroke motors. Well, mine snow machine's a 4-stroke. It's just like a car. I mean, it's basically a car. It's super quiet. and it's very fuel efficient, but I don't have a pull start. So like your 2-strokes can crank up when it's 30, 40, 50 below. I mean, 50 below is pushing it, but 40, 30 and 40, they can do it. Mine, I've already found out 30 below, and it's all it wants at 30 below. The starter and everything just whoa, 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 and it'll finally turn over. So, huh?
How did that go again?
It's whoa, whoa. But so anyway, yeah. After this cold snap, I got to be out there checking my lines every day. Every day I go check them, and it's going to be. I don't have a block heater. I got to put a heater in this thing to plug it up, and then I can leave it outside. But for right now, I don't have that, so I just pull it. Thank God for a garage, and pull it in, and then I ain't got to worry about that. So anyway.
So it doesn't even have a pull rope backup. So you gotta have that back.
You gotta have, like I say, it's just like a car. So if you got a jump pack, or if you had a buddy with you, that had jumper cables, you could jump it off like a car. But it's just like a car. But the difference, like you're saying, is you ain't gotta smell all that deadgum smoke like a 2-stroke outboard, just boom, chasing mosquitoes away and everything else. Which we don't have any mosquitoes in the winter for 6 months. So anyway, I don't want to. I mean, it's nice to not have to smell that. It's not the end of the world. I started out with 2-strokes, and the fuel efficiency is insane. So I get 29 miles to the gallon in this thing, and whereas equivalent 2-stroke is about 14. So
really
huge difference. Yeah, I can go almost 300 miles on a tank, and so it's real nice.
I'm getting kind of tired.
Hey, Dakota, I can't see you.
Man, my battery's fitting down.
Dakota Open condoms. Is that who it is?
Yeah, I don't. Nobody ever comes up unless I'm looking at them.
Yeah, even though we know your channel name, we need to see you because
Been there, done that.
I'm gonna have to walk away.
Oh, I might not make it. Ooh,
What?
I got 1%.
So, Des, what's the temperature where you're at in Florida? Aren't you in Florida, Des?
Holy smokes. All right, y'all go ahead. I got 0, literally. It says 0, but no, there it went.
We are 35, but that does not include the wind chill. We're supposed to get to 26 by 6 a.m. and drop down to 18, but then next week we'll be in the 70s.
Oh wow! I
So,
wasn't expecting
I've
you
had
to
my-
say temperatures.
Yeah. I've had my AC and my heat on for this past week, and I'll be AC again next week.
Oh wow!
My mom lives in Florida, and I talked to her a few days ago. She says she's freezing. And I said, "What's the temperature there?" She goes, "I got the heater on. Said it's 78 outside." I went, "What?"
I'm in northern Florida, and I know what it's like to be cold. I lived up in Boston, so I know cold temps. So I'm cold. If I'm wearing 2 sweaters and a long sleeve shirt, I'm cold.
Yeah, if you lived up in Boston, you know what cold is for sure.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
The coldest I've ever been.
Cold up that way.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, it was cold here. But one year when I was in college, a bunch of my friends in college convinced me to go to Detroit for spring break.
But did you enjoy winter?
Not Detroit. Sorry, Chicago. Chicago for spring break. Chicago on the lake.
Break.
Did you enjoy winter?
Oh yeah, you got the winds
was
off the lake.
horrible.
Yeah.
I've never been so cold in my life. But
yeah, my sister, her and her husband and my nephew, they bought a house in Grosse Pointe, which is right along the Great Lake, and they get the breeze off of it like crazy. Hey Tim, how are you, hon?
What's
and
up?
they get
Tim.
a lot of cold air, and so you see the icicles, and my nephew is like making snow angels. And I'm like, oh, that's just too cold for me.
Yeah, that is
Great
for
Lakes
you.
and snow. Yeah. Wearing a T-shirt today. Oh, I'm jealous.
Well, that's Lisa's
Yeah,
brother.
see,
lives
Scotty
in
knows.
Michigan, and he's kind of like what Jason was talking about a while ago. He sent her a picture 4 or 5 days ago. They've got like 2.5 foot on the ground right now of snow. I'm like, that ain't fit for man nor beast. No one wants to live there.
And where he's at is right at the lake.
Yeah.
So like where I lived was like half hour, 45 minutes in. So you still got lake effect, but where he's at, oh no, they get dumped on anything because it's coming straight off the lake right there. And
yeah, you got to look at that. You got to look at the lighthouse in off of the, I think it's what, Michigan Lighthouse or something. The big famous lighthouse, and it's like when it freezes, it's like it's like one big icicle. You know, the whole lighthouse is just.
I just
crazy.
seen people from back home were posting the one out of South Haven, Michigan. And I went in and out of that port all the time, and yeah, it's just one big icicle blob right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Scotty knows what it's like up in Boston because he's from Massachusetts too.
I was gonna say Scotty's from up there.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day because I lived like all different areas of Massachusetts. Like I lived the next town over from Salem, which is the Witches. So I lived in the birthplace of the Navy, which was Marblehead. So it was an historic town, and then I lived on the Cape, and I lived next to like 2 towns away from Plymouth, Mass, and I lived 3 cities around Boston. They're still part of Boston. So yeah. So I had the harbor, I had the Atlantic Ocean, I had the Cape, from the bay. So yeah, it's cold. I'm colder down here.
Well, it's because you get used to being warm.
Yeah.
You
get acclimated. I've been down here 14 years. I'm acclimated, but I'm like, I want to go back up north for the health insurance. But it's just you're priced out of New England. Period. It's no way. You gotta be like 300,000 income to live up in that area. It's just too expensive.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, to rent, if you didn't have private subsidy housing or housing, every one of you, including your kids, better have a good job, because to have a decent house or apartment for a 3-bedroom, nothing included, is like $3,000 a month to rent. That does not include your lights, your heating. If your heating is oil or electric, it's crazy. But everybody in the state's got health insurance, so that's the benefit of being in Massachusetts. You're insured either by a Medicaid HMO, where you pay a small amount, free Medicaid, or your job's got Medicaid. I mean, your job's got health insurance. So there's like different tiers of Medicaid. So those that have like a business with 50 people under can fall under a Medicaid HMO, pay $35 or $70 a month for their insurance, at $5,000 a month for their insurance. So that's the downfall of living down here. I'm not covered, being disabled. So yeah, it's rough. That's why I want to go back up north, just for the insurance.
Yeah.
Get it.
They have here they have that Medicaid is available to everybody. As they have an
income guideline.
Expanding.
But it's that it's if you don't qualify, if you fall under the guideline for the Affordable Care Act,
which I do,
then you qualify for Medicaid in Oklahoma.
Yeah, they don't. That's because they have an expandable Medicaid. Down here, there is no expandable Medicaid. He didn't want it.
Yeah, Oklahoma didn't have it for a long
Well,
time.
they didn't. The governor didn't want it here either. But if enough people do if enough people in the state do a petition, they get it on the ballot, and then it's voted on. And it doesn't matter what the governor wants. It's what the
yeah, it doesn't matter here. He'll override it and change it.
Well,
South Dakota became an expansion state this year too.
Yeah. So he couldn't override it because you got the state Senate, the state legislature can go right back in and
they're all under his thumb. They're all under his thumb.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, they had both sides doing the map, so it'd be even for voting across the state. and he didn't like the map, and both sides agreed to it after it got changed 3 or 4 times. And he said, "No way, you're doing it my map. The whole state's red. I don't care what you have to say."
Yeah, there ain't no state redder than Oklahoma.
Well, yeah.
If you cut 2 cities out,
trying to do that.
If you cut 2 cities out of Kansas, it's as red as can be.
Look
Right.
at look what Living just said. Living life, loving. Our daughter has a 2-bedroom house near Boston. It costs $648,000.
You know how much ground you could own here?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, that's why I said Boston is expensive, but you don't need a car. That's the one good thing. You don't need a car because there's public transportation gets you everywhere. You know, you got bus, train, commuter rail, Amtrak, subways. So there's a trolley. You've got a ferry. So there's different ways to get around Massachusetts, around Boston, New England. So
yeah, that's why we would get. That's why at the college we would get 19 and 20-year-old young men to come play sports, and they didn't have a clue how to even drive a vehicle.
Yeah.
So they got here, and everybody had to chauffeur them around.
Wow.
My kids don't drive, and they're 36, 32, and 26. They don't drive. I didn't get my license until I was 34, and when I got my car, I barely drove it. I had gotten a Delta 88 Oldsmobile, and then the time machine went on it, and then I didn't have a car for a long time. And then I got a 86 Chevy Mark II van, and then the rear engine seal went on it, so I wasn't spending $4,000 to drop the engine to fix the seal. So after that, I didn't have a car, and then my cousin's been loaning me her car for the past 5 years. So, you know. But I didn't need a car when you were up in Boston because everything was with a bus stop. The buses ran like every 15 minutes. They went till like 1 o'clock or last call. So whenever the bar closed, last call, they gave you like an extra half an hour for the buses and the subways. And then they opened back up again like 5 or 6 in the morning. So, you know, that was the benefits of living in the big city.
That kind of like Dale was saying, I had that big shock when I was in the Marine Corps was we would get these young kids in that were 18, 19, 20 years old and didn't have a driver's license. And I'm like, how do you not have a driver's license? And basically exactly what Des was saying, I didn't grow up in the inner city. I grew up in the country. So not understanding that inner city system, they're like, my parents don't even own a car. Like we use public transit to go everywhere. We don't need to drive, like they almost, it's at a point they can't afford to have the car anyways.
And you can't find parking anyway in Boston.
Their driver's license at 14.
Yeah. In Boston, you couldn't have. In Boston, it would cost you like an extra $50,000 to buy a parking space. One.
Wow.
Unless your place came with parking, or you park down on the road, but then you can't park there between a certain time. And in the wintertime, you can only park there during non-plowing time. So then you got to find a place to park. Then you go spend it in the parking garage, which is like $10 to $20 a night. You know what I mean? So, and then you got to walk blocks to get to your car and to get it. So it's just easier to do that and get like an Uber, or what they have is what they call a gypsy cab. So it could be like, let's say one of you guys have a car and you need extra money and one of your buddies is with you. You go pick up people at the grocery store. You bring them back to their house. You walk them up 4 flights of stairs with their groceries so they don't have to do this back and forth, because they're not leaving the groceries so somebody can grab it. They bring it up to your house, and then you pay them what you can afford. So it could be $10 or whatever for doing the trip. And they would do that. And that's how we would get our groceries home outside of paying a cab, because the cabs would be $1.50 just to open the door. You know what I mean? Not go anywhere, just to open the door and get in the seat. So, yeah, we would rather pay a gypsy cab and let them bring it all the way up 4 flights because they won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other
one thing real quick. My granddaughter was going to bed and she wanted everybody to say goodnight to her. Her name
Good night, Angie.
Good night, Angie.
Hello, Angie.
My granddaughter, Frankie Joe.
Oh.
Night, Frankie Joe.
Hi, Frankie Joe.
Frankie Joe.
Sleep good.
Good night, Frankie and Angie.
She's laughing in there. Sorry about that. I know she's ready to go to bed.
The other good benefit about being in Boston too, or some of the surrounding communities, was they had a free shuttle bus. So like you had your health centers, and they had like the urgent care. But if you need to go to the hospital itself during the day, they had a shuttle bus that would pick you up for free and take you to one of the 2 hospitals and bring you back during the times that they're running. So you didn't have to pay for the mass transit to go into town, where you can have that free shuttle in. So that was another benefit. So we would sometimes sneak in and go down to the Charles River, and then walk over to Cambridge, to MIT and Harvard in that area. So that was kind of cool too. And see the fireworks and baseball games would all be like free transit when they'd have a big game.
Yeah.
I like my freedom about being able to go out and jump in my car.
Huh?
I like my freedom about being able to go out and jump in my car and go wherever I want, whenever I want.
We can rent a car if we wanted that, but I mean, the cost was just crazy to have a car.
Yeah. I've never been up in that country. That'd be like, I lived in Tulsa for like that long one time, and I couldn't stand it. Hated it.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to visit. Like, I could tell you, like, if you wanted to go into Boston, I'd be like, fly into Boston, take the free shuttle to the train station, the subway station, get a pass for the buses and trains for 7 days that you're there. You can get on any bus and any line, line, so like your red line, your blue line, your green line, your red line. You just follow, and it tells you get off at the stop. You go upstairs, and then you ask which direction do I go to, or whatever from the people that work there. It was really easy to get around.
Yeah, I watched things like that. I used to watch Parking Wars when I had satellite. And they would do, hey, what's going on? And I would just be fascinated with all that, because it was like, you got to do what? And they're going to tow your vehicle for what? And like, that don't happen here. Like,
you're paying if you go to shovel your parking space in front of your building, it's not yours. But if you shovel and you put a chair in there, it's usually considered yours. But the city stopped it because people were being free with pew-pews, and so they were like branding their weapons and stuff like that at people for taking their spaces, or for they want their spaces back. So it was just like, it's not your space. So then the governor or the mayor of the city was bringing in garbage trucks and removing all of their stuff from their safe parking. And there'd be a car there, but they didn't find their furniture because it would be gone, and they've been warned. You save a spot, your stuff is going in the garbage, it's being picked up. There's no safe spaces in Boston, no matter how hard you shoveled that sucker out, and it could be hard. Ice and mush and 4 feet of snow or whatever it is from the plow trucks going through. So yeah,
like one of those episodes I watched, these people, they parked 3 vehicles, like they had like a family member visiting, and the driveway of their house, on their house driveway, the parking authority gave them a parking ticket for too many vehicles parked in their driveway. I'm like, wow, that is their property.
Yeah,
you can't do that. That's like against their rights.
That's why I won't ever live somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Certain communities, certain homeowners associations, they don't want that. You can't have your bumper over onto the sidewalk by this much, or they'll come and tow your car. If they see your bumper over onto the sidewalk from the edge of your driveway, they're like, "Far gone."
That is my yep.
Yeah. Who wants to live like that?
Wow. Nope.
I'm like, I live in a homeowners association. The only thing they do is they come and pick up our garbage and mow our lawns. You know what I mean? So as long as we keep and make sure we don't throw any trash bags out front, and leave it out front. But other than that, that's all they handle. And I pay $400 a year. I'm not paying the amounts,
Yeah.
So Alaska Josh, my son, you look like you're looking at a real small. You got that look like you're trying to look.
It's got that 1,000-yard stare going.
I'm on my, nothing like I always say, nothing but the best equipment on this channel. And so I'm on my phone like always. So everybody's about like, an inch, 5.
Okay. You had that look like I'm really trying to look at what's going on here.
Well, and if I get close, then I get to looking really weird. So I'll be like that weird guy,
So that's why you need some of these.
I'm almost there. I'm denying the inevitable, but
Hey, I'm going to tell you this, and I say this with all the love in the world, Josh.
Yes, sir.
It don't matter if you're this close or this close. You're still a little bit odd.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Because if you thought if there many people like, oh, you're normal, I'd be like, man.
Oh, I like odd people. I love odd people.
Okay, good. As I was gonna say, if people think I'm normal, like in Alabama, I was almost run off because I was too unnormal.
Uh-huh.
I like getting weird to make people feel uncomfortable. When everybody gets in a bubble, like in high school, and they all got their cliques. I get in there and I break all that mess up.
Oh, yeah.
Start rubbing shoulders. How y'all doing? And everybody's like, "Oh, I'm out of here."
They're like, "Who are you? I'm here."
Dakota of Oakstone Homestead, I kept seeing you popping up in the basement down there, but I could never see you. All I could see was your little avatar thing. So I guess you're having some kind of, I guess it's not showing camera or something like that.
Yeah, you got called out by Angie.
Why I couldn't pull you up.
I do want to say hi. I can't believe he's still awake. Ryan over at Backroads Homestead.
I seen him pop in there.
Yeah, I figured it was past his bedtime.
Angie, you know I'm not rude.
Backroads Homestead. He's the guy with the fake drone.
But it's cool.
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna say, bring that thing to Teen Killer. That thing will be cool.
That thing was pretty neat. Yeah.
Bring it to Teen Killer.
Hey, I couldn't hang with y'all. It'd be past my bedtime if I was in the Central Time. It's only 7:54.
It's only almost 11 o'clock.
I mean,
It's almost midnight
I don't know
here.
if you noticed, but like Jason and I are like all by ourselves.
Oh, gotcha.
Nana turns into a pumpkin about the time this thing starts, so it's all
About the time
to
this
get her to
thing
laugh
starts.
as long as she laughs.
Well, I'm about to turn into a pumpkin soon. It's going to be midnight in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go for just a few more minutes. I think we're gonna hit that 3-hour mark and probably cut it. But it's been great having everybody in here. And I guess what we need to do is tell you about what's coming up.
Thanks, Scotty.
So we've got,
Scotty's leaving.
Okay. Night, Scotty. Past my bedtime. My cat's trying to tell me LOL.
My cat does that too. She's like, "Okay, it's bedtime. Let's go."
So what we've got going on, we've got a meetup that's going to be April 26th, 27th, 28th at Cherokee Landing State Park on beautiful Lake Teen Killer near Tahlequah, Oklahoma. And we're going to be in the Creek Shelter. Plenty of camping, plenty of Airbnbs, plenty of hotels, a lodge, as Ginger called it, and there are restaurants everywhere close that you can drive to. As a matter of fact, if you want a really great barbecue sandwich, you can actually walk straight from the Creek Turnpike or Creek Shelter right there and walk over and get you one. And I'm gonna pull Josh up here. Hang on just a second.
Backroads Homestead says Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. So
wow.
So
oh look, there's my channel.
there it is. April 26th through 28th.
Thanks, Josh, for sharing that. Hi, Parker Boy.
So, yeah, come on over and hang out with us, and we'll have a great time. So, we are going to be camped in. I think we've got number 56.
Yeah, you've got number 56.
I've got number 56 that I'll be staying in, guys.
Oh,
Too far from me.
I'll be sending out the link tomorrow to Bonfire to the meetup shirts. I've got it completed and ready, the campaign ready. I think what it is that there'll be $25 a shirt because the most to make the shirt was $24.01. So I went up to 25, but there'd be 99-cent profit, I guess, and that would go directly to the YouTube meetup for food or whatever. So we're gonna get that out tomorrow, hopefully after I get back from.
And they're
church.
really good shirts. They're the premium shirt. So and then so we got that. We've got, of course, on Monday nights is the Digging in the Word with Four Sisters. It's got the four ladies from
Me and Tara had it figured out.
It's got the four ladies from the Homestead Hangout. It's Tara, Christine, Ginger, and Lisa are in there. So check that one out on Monday nights at 7 Central.
Thanks, Tamara.
Then we have
Good night, Kelly.
Homestead Hangout is on Thursday night, and we kick it off at 5 Central, followed by White Rock Homestead right there.
Oh, you did good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. And then followed by Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead, followed by way over there to the other side. That's Dale at 9 Acre Family Farms, Dale and Lisa.
Thank you, Lori.
So,
Lori at Prepping for Heaven.
so
I
that's
love that Bible
5,
study.
6, 7, and 8 right there.
Yep.
Central Time. And then we have, I know Des goes live. When do you go
I
live?
changed it from Thursday night to Friday night, 8 Eastern, till whenever I feel like getting off.
Okay, so Des goes 8 Eastern on Friday night, and Josh Sherman should go live.
And Tony goes live like at 2 a.m. till 6 a.m. sometimes.
Yeah, and Tony goes live, but only on like Brenda's
I'm
deal.
teasing.
I jump in to say hi because she was a very close neighbor. And but the other day I stayed up till 2, but usually I go to bed pretty early.
I was like, I don't know how you did it because one time I kept jumping in. I'd wake up and I'd get in there and I'm like, God, Tony's like, man, he's hardcore. I couldn't stay up that late.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
tried.
anyway, let me drop this down here so everybody can see all the channels that are in the.
Well,
that are up here.
there's a couple of channels missing.
Yeah, they're missing, but in case somebody's looking for the channel names or anything like that, these are the channels. So
Thank you, Xander, for posting that from the Vineyard Chicks.
But anyway, guys, it has been 3 hours at this point. I think that's a good jump off spot. Yeah, we made it again, Jason. Made it again.
I did it.
Good
Yes.
jump off spot right
What'd you
now.
make it to?
We made it for 3 hours.
3 hours?
3 hours.
It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Feel like Mr.
Look
Dale.
at
See
that.
what happens when you get all hopped up on Mountain Dew?
So we had a great time tonight, guys, and I appreciate everybody being in.
Oh, wait a
And
minute. Christian Renee said that YouTube won't let them find Our Cabin in the Woods.
I'll tell you how to
Are
do
you on
that.
Gillum Farms?
Go
I
to
didn't mind.
Go to
Okay.
Our Cabin in the Woods. Look on the search bar on your YouTube, and then when up there in the top corner there is 3 dots. Hit those 3
Hi,
dots.
Jake Garden
It'll
Adventures.
have a spot for you to do a channel search in there to set the you're setting the parameters of your search to a channel. Then go back and look, and you'll find Our Cabin in the Woods.
I'm about to drop his link if my internet will work.
If your internet will work.
Yeah, I got it now.
Thanks for being in here.
Dale got it too.
Everybody,
I think I sent it out to everybody.
Yeah.
That's Our Cabin in the Woods right there. His link.
Yep.
So right there is
Thank
Our
you,
Cabin in
Dale.
the Woods. Dale dropped it. So
And sure.
grab that.
Josh.
and then Josh
Thank you.
Yep. And
Spanky.
Spanky did it
and
too.
Xander did it on your channel.
And Xander did it. And there you go. Got it. So
Everybody's got it.
thank you so much, everybody,
thank
for
you,
being in. Go
Christine-
ahead.
Christine, Mrs. Gillum says hi.
Dale.
Hi,
Sorry.
Christine. Hey, if y'all do me a favor, Nana 9 Acres only needs, I think, 3 to make 300.
Nana 9 Acres, guys.
I want to make sure I'm still subscribed to her, though.
Acres. Go check out Nana 9 Acres.
And if you think you're subscribed, please go back and check these
Do you-
subscriptions because
Can you pull
Thank
up-
you, Living Life.
So we're going to pull up her channel real quick, and we're going to put it up on the put it in the chat.
That's in my chat also.
Thank
I
you,
just dropped her
Gary.
link.
Spanky Spanky.
Spanky would be Sherman's, and I'm going to show it right here.
Xander, will you put it on ours, please? Thank you, Xander. Oh, here he did it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, it's yes. Thank you, Xander.
Yep. So
Night, Angie.
Nana 9 Acres needs 3 to make 300.
Yeah, I'm already
So
subbed
show
her,
her,
too.
show her the love.
Need 5.
And but anyway, well, guys, I think we're going to pop, and I appreciate everybody on the panel. Thank you for being here.
Yep.
And
Thanks for being online.
I was subbed, had to resub
Well,
right now.
She's
300 right now.
right now.
She's
got
at 301 now. All right.
Thank y'all.
So, all right, guys, we're going to end this. Thank you guys for being here.
Yep.
And
One more.
Done, everybody.
Till
Good night, everybody.
it's past my bedtime.